Hey everyone! So the traveling box of Wizardly Reads has finally made its way back to me. This is something that a bunch of the mods on the Wizardly Duo Discord did. Started with me. I put in, I think, about 20 books in the box, sent it off to Pete at the Ponderings of Pete, and he sent it off to the next person, and so on, and it finally circled back to me. So I'm really interested in seeing, one, what books are in here now, and which books that managed to go the whole route and no one took. So they're coming right back to me. If you want to see the whole path of what books were in the box to begin with and who took what out and put what in, I will have links to all of the videos below. Starting with Pete, he's going to be the first one to receive the box, and I'll have them in order. So without wasting any more time, let's get into this. Alright. Alright, well, right off the top, I see Red Rising and Black Sun. These are two books I actually put in, so these clearly went the full path and came right back to me. Let's see this next one. The Curse of Sharon. I have no idea what this is about. Let's see. A powerful story that begins with a battered soldier, broken of all except honor, and grows to explore the meaning of courage, faith, duty, love, and sacrifice. So this seems a little bit outside my normal reading, but I'll have to do more research. Alright. We got Fool's Quest and Assassin's Fate. These are, I think, books 2 and 3 of Fitz and the Fool. So part of the realm of the Elderlings, which I'm currently reading all the way through. Just finished the Live Ship Traders. So I have a couple sub-series to get to before I get to these books. But they're ones I wanted to own to complete the collection. I've heard some disappointing reviews for Fitz and the Fool, but since I'm not there yet, I'm still excited to own those books. So I'm glad to see they were in the box. Alright, this next one. The Trials of Ashmount. So Andrew actually reached out to me saying that he put this book in here, and then because of what's going on with my life, there's some trigger warnings. He actually recommended I don't read this book, at least not right now. So I'll probably hold on to it for a while and give it a try when I am in a different mental state. Oh. Raymond Feist Magician. This is a book I've been wanting to pick up because I know Andrew absolutely loves this book, and a bunch of the Discord mods bought him a really nice copy of it. So I've been wanting to pick it up, and I haven't read anything by this author yet. So I'm pretty excited for this. Alright, we got The Left Hand of God by Paul Hoffman. This looks interesting, but it's another one that I have no idea what it's about. Alright. And then we got Blood of the Spare by Mark Timoney. This is one I would be really excited for if I didn't already own a copy of it. So I will probably be giving this away because this is in fantastic shape, and I've heard really good things about this book, so it's one I've wanted to read. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. Then we got Revenger, Alistair Reynolds, a swashbuckling thriller. Alright, well, I love greatcoats, so hopefully I like this as well. I don't know if they have anything in common other than being swashbuckling. Little novella. Binti? It's short enough that I will probably pick this up eventually and quickly read through it to see if it's any good. Alright. Richmond, the Steel Remnants. Bold, brutal, and making no compromises. Morgan doesn't so much twist the cliches of fantasy as takes an axe to them. Yeah, this one definitely sounds interesting, and another one I'm looking forward to giving a try. Oh. A Deadly Education. This is another one that I put in. This was one of my wife's books that she was ready to unhaul, so I included it, and it made its way back to us. Let's see. Book of Coley. So this is another one I have never heard of. So I'm going to have to do a lot of research on quite a few of these books to see if I think they're ones I will like or not. Let's see. The Court of Broken Knives. Book 1 of Empires of Dust. Blood Never Lies. All Hail the Queen of Grimdark Fantasy. Alright, so I haven't been a fan of Grimdark so far. It seems like something I would like when people describe what Grimdark is, but my only two real ventures into Grimdark are A Song of Ice and Fire and First Law, and I ended up DNFing both of those, so maybe it's just not for me. Alright, next book. Alright, this is Frederick Bachman, Beer Town. This is another one that I put in at the beginning, so looks like 4 out of the 20 so far have come back to me. Hopefully not too many more. I tried to put in a lot of books that I thought others would like. Let's see. The Natural History of Dragons. Well, this just feels like a... Let's see. You, dear reader, continue at your own risk. It is not for the faint of heart, no more so than the study of dragons itself. But such study offers rewards beyond compare. To stand in a dragon's presence, even for the briefest of moments, even at the risk of one's life, is a delight that once experienced can never be forgotten. So, this just seems like a book that fantasy readers should read. I mean, who wouldn't want to know the natural history of dragons? So, this is definitely one I'm going to be holding on to. Right, Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. This is another book I already have a copy of. So I'll probably be giving this book away as well. Stephen King, Billy Summers. I have not read much Stephen King, but the 2 novels I have read, 11/22/63 and It, I've enjoyed both of them, so here's hoping I like this one as well. I'm going to guess this came from Jake, but who knows. Next book is How High We Go in the Dark. Pretty interesting cover. Wondrous, and not just in the feats of imagination, which are so numerous it makes me dizzy to recall them, but also in the humanity and tenderness with which Sequoia helps us navigate this landscape. This is a truly amazing book, one to keep close as we imagine the uncertain future. So this seems like this is going to be an interesting book, and it has the same type of edges as The Natural History of Dragons. So I'm guessing these came from the same person. I'm actually really going to enjoy going through everyone's videos and seeing for myself who took what and put which books in here. Alright, another hardcover. Ordinary Monsters. This is a good-sized book. Let's see. Haunting, tense, earth-shattering, a riveting mix of magic and terror. Alright, well. And this is another one that I know nothing about. And we'll have to do some research on and give it a try. Alright, Lee Child, Bad Luck and Trouble. I've read some Lee Child, probably about like 8 years ago when I was looking for more books to read, but I'm not really into his books anymore, so I'll probably end up unhauling this one as well. Let's see. And alright, Just Do It. Stop playing small, transform your life. This definitely seems like a book that I'm not going to read, so it'll be another one that I unhaul. We got Ring Shout. Ring Shout is fantastically fun, even as its core is as serious as can be. A cursed film, the Ku Klux Klan and demons bent on destruction are no match for Maurice Boudreaux and her mystical sword. Alright, well, this is a nice short book that sounds promising. Let's see. Legacy of the Brightwash, Fainted Domain. This is a really cool, nice looking cover. Legacy of the Brightwash is a grounded, realistic, and surprisingly dark book, but it's a book with fundamentally moral lead that keeps the darkness from feeling gratuitous. Easily one of the finest examples of character-driven fantasy I have ever read. I'm not much of... Well, I used to say I'm not big on character-driven books, but I've really liked from The Elderling and Name of the Wind, so I guess I've been coming around to character-driven, so absolutely will have to give that a chance. Let's see, Kristen Britton, Green Rider. This is another really nice cover, and how it completely loops around perfectly. Well, if nothing else, this cover has certainly got my attention. A wonderfully captivating, heroic fantasy adventure. This is the rarest of finds, a truly enjoyable read. And we got another dragon book, The Book of Dragons, with stories and poems by a whole lot of people. So this seems like it might be a collection of short stories, bringing together nearly 30 stories and poems from some of the great science fiction and fantasy writers working today. So yeah, this seems like a pretty cool collection of short stories, although probably not too short considering the size of the book. Last. Nice. So, I said in my DNF Redemption book that I wanted to give Game of Thrones another try, and ironically I have books 2 and 3, but I didn't own book 1 until now, and this is a lovely looking hardcover. So now that I own the book, I will certainly be picking up Game of Thrones or A Song of Ice and Fire and giving the series another try now that I'm more accustomed to reading fantasy novels. Before, when I've DNF'd it, it was before I really got into reading fantasy, and I just didn't like the time jumps, and it just threw me off. So let's see. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Alright, so it started with 20 books, I think, and we're up to 27. So people clearly put in more books than they took out. Let's see if I can organize these quickly. So, alright, so we got these 7 books: Spinning Silver, Bear Town, Bad Luck and Trouble, Just Effing Do It, A Deadly Education, Blood of Despair, and Black Sun and Red Rising that I will be unhauling. I actually think Stacy would have taken Red Rising if she hadn't just been given Red Rising and I think the rest of the series by Jake. So I think she wanted the book, but ended up getting it right before the box got to her. So that's my unhaul pile. So then we got these 4 books: Game of Thrones, Fool's Quest, Assassin's Fate, and Magician, that I'm actively excited to read, and books that I were planning eventually to buy for myself anyways. So these I'm really excited for. The rest of them, I don't know much about these. So this stack of books are all the ones that I don't know much about. So some of them I'm excited for just based off the cover or the name or the brief description I read, but I haven't really done research on these or heard reviews of these books. But I'm excited to get into them, give them a try, possibly DNF and include in my unhaul pile. But for the time being, it's looking like I'm gonna have to do some bookshelf rearranging to get all of these to fit onto my shelves. So I am quite happy with the results of this book exchange. So that's all I got. Remember, check out all the other videos if you haven't already, starting with Pete at the Ponderings of Pete. And until next time, bye.